Hello and welcome to Craving Cinema, and today we are discussing the 2025 Oscars. And it was an alright night. I'm not gonna lie to you, I I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I thought Emilio Perez was gonna like sweep the Oscars or anything, especially not after everything that's been coming out. I guess I was expecting to be mad tonight, and luckily it was honestly a pretty decent night. No like crazy wrongdoings on the part of the academy. But yeah, I don't know. I was pretty surprised with how everything turned out. So let's get into it. All right, so Conan O'Brien was a delight. My family loves Conan O'Brien, so we were very excited to see him hosting. And let me just say that it was really well done. I just thought like the jokes landed, and even when they didn't, he was having a blast. He wasn't mad at anybody, he wasn't like heckling. He just rolled with it and just kept going on. And I think too, like something that I don't know, I personally felt that you could tell that he was kind of passionate about this. He wasn't just making a ton of jokes about how long the movie was, and just like he wasn't making fun of the craft, which I think is something we've gotten quite a few times in the past. Obviously, movie lengths is, become quite an often told joke these days. But I don't know, I felt like there was definitely more appreciation to his tone. And his jokes were playful, nothing was like too harsh, I would say. And just overall, it was a fun time. We had some great bits. I'm sorry, the Sam word. I know it's dumb. I know the Sam word's dumb. Sorry, if you see the little corner, my dog is sitting next to me, so you might see her head pop up every once in a while. And I'll also just quickly note, not the best lighting today. I've got a couple lamps on. I don't know if it's doing anything, but it might be a little on and off dark here. Apologies now. Okay, so Anora swept the night. And I have to say, I wasn't all the way expecting that. I think really in my head, I kept thinking about, I kept thinking about Oppenheimer and just the whole idea of like the great man movies. You know what I mean? So I think in my head, I really was expecting everyone to lean into the Brutalist and for that to be the one that swept. At the end of the day, though, I was expecting it to be between Anora and the Brutalist. I kind of figured Anora would take maybe something like writing. I don't know. I How do I put this? I feel like I didn't have confidence that the Academy would choose Anora. I'm glad that Anora had the sweep that it had. I think it is so great that an independent film like this got boosted up. I think the awards proved like how independent this truly was because we watched Sean Baker get up there and have to do multiple speeches. And let me just pull up this list right now. Yeah, so he jumped up there for directing, screenplay, and film editing. And let me tell you right now, we're adding casting shortly enough. I can't remember the year. I'll probably put it up here if I look it up later. But if we had casting in this round, he probably would have taken casting too. And he he did that. I mean, shit, could you imagine? It would have been insane. So, moving on from there, though, yes, Anora had an amazing sweep. It is well deserving of everything that it's won. Oh, real quick, I do, of course, want to bring up Sean Baker's speech for, my God, was it directing, I think, is what he said this one for? Just the push of go to theaters, like go see movie in theaters. And this is something that even Conan O'Brien made a skit about. I love that this kind of became a little mini theme that was going on because, yes, I think as we all know, the theater attendance is down. Totally understand why. Frankly, everything's expensive as hell these days, and the movie theater is no exception to this. In fact, it's incredibly expensive to go to a theater these days. And I get that a lot of people can't afford to do it. So I always want to advocate for going to a movie theater, for going to small independent theaters that are in your area as well. If you look, they are there. I fully recognize that it's not something that everyone can afford. It's not even something that everybody has available to them. Not every theater has a subscription service. So yeah, I think if you're able to go to the movie theater, like, I don't know, 4 times in the whole year, I get it. But still try to go when you can. Maybe have that be your little treat. So moving on. Oh wait, what am I talking about? Holy shit. I almost moved on and we haven't even talked about the big one. The big one for me at least. Mikey Madison. Holy shit. I didn't see that coming at all. Let's be honest. The Oscars in the past at least have had a habit of kind of being like, oh, well, you just got here. Don't worry, like, just keep doing your thing and we'll give you an award later. You know? We'll give you your, like, you've been doing this long enough award. So I really thought that's what they were going to be doing here. And I'm glad they didn't do that. I'm glad because, frankly, there's so many artists who get nominated and win eventually for a movie that is not worth it, frankly. For a movie that was not their best. It wasn't their best performance. It didn't show everything that they were capable of. So I'm so glad that Mikey Madison got it for this because I don't know. I don't know how long it will or won't be till she gets another, amazing leading role like that. But hopefully soon because she is absolutely worth it. Moving on. Okay, so The Brutalist. Where do I want to begin with this one? Let's go ahead and start with the elephant in the room. Adrian Brody won and then just gave, I think, the slowest speech of the night. I couldn't believe when it just kept going and I really sat there and like, I think we're gonna hit 5 minutes of him being up there. I get it because like these are the speeches that I don't want to get cut off, technically speaking. Like these bigger awards is where I don't care where the clock is, just let the person roll with it. At the same time, like, Adrian, dude, talk faster. So yeah, that was a bit awkward. The Brutalist one for original score, I think that was a good one for them. And cinematography, oh my god, yes. I will say this right now, I think yes, cinematography, that was the one that I was really like, I do want to see them win this one. Those shots of like Laszlo walking around the behemoth that he created. Like, those specific scenes are like what sticks with me. Him just like wandering through these like huge, tall rooms and corridors and just like the haunting nature of that. Anyway, I can't get over that one. But yes, very well deserved. Dune Part 2, I would have loved for them to have gotten a little bit more at the same time. I mean, if we're being honest, I really would have loved to see Dune get production design. But what we did get in the end was, yes, visual effects and then sound. And I think they're both very well deserved. I'm sure we all knew that Wicked was gonna probably take costume design. I again was hoping Dune would take production design, but Wicked won that one. Like, okay. I hate to say it, but I feel like after Anora with their sweep, everyone else got like a little bit here and there, and just, it was what it was. I'm not mad that Anora got original screenplay. I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of wish it had been a real pain. I know it maybe wasn't everybody's favorite. I think though I don't know if enjoy is the word. I feel like the word enjoy is kind of a complicated one when it comes to movies. But I think it was a dynamic that I was really invested in, and just like everything about going into the gentleness of like touching up on this harsh history, and then just how that affects generations and your connection with family members. And anyway, I wish for that one, but of course, what we did get for a real pain is Kieran Culkin, which was no shock at all. I think we were all expecting this one, even though I'm not gonna lie to you, I was really rooting for Jeremy Strong after seeing The Apprentice. Jeremy Strong throughout that movie was just a force of nature, even when he was like withering. I don't know. I'm not mad about Kieran Waring. I think he was really fantastic. Kieran kind of like threw us into the middle of his relationship, and I don't know. I feel like now we're all like waiting to see if they're gonna have a fourth kid, which is a little bit awkward. Is what it is. Okay, Conclave won for adapted screenplay. I'm not mad about this one, but I kind of wish it had gotten editing, and that's just me. That's just me. Once again, like, I'm not mad about Anora winning any of those awards. Like, not at all. I think, again, well deserved. And speaking of well deserved, The Substance with makeup and, oh my god, what did I write? Makeup and hairstyling. Whoop. Okay, so yeah, Substance. Holy guacamole. When you see those behind the scenes, like, the amount of layers that has to happen for everything to look the way it does in that film. Absolutely crazy. International feature. International feature. I really thought Amelia was going to take this one. I'm glad she didn't. But yeah, I'm still here. I didn't get to see it. But I feel like everybody was kind of between that and then Seed is a Sacred Fig. Hope I said that one right. I really hope I get to see both of these because I've heard really good things. And speaking of Amelia, Amelia took home the only two that I feel like we were all predicting, thank God. So yeah, Zoe Saldana. She wouldn't have been my choice personally, but we all saw that one coming. Original song, El Mal. I don't see what anyone sees in these songs. I really don't. Even El Mal is like, okay. Oh, okay, so the last thing I do want to talk about here is animated feature film went to Flow. I'm so happy it did. I kind of thought at the end of the day it was going to be between Flow and The Wild Robot. I'm so happy Wild Robot didn't win it. I'm going to be honest with you. I've seen so many clips. It's a cutesy movie. It's fine. But like Flow really put me through the ringer. You will hear about this in my monthly wrap up. I went through just every freaking emotion possible watching that movie. I cried quite a few times. I don't know. There was a little bit of a magical moment with this movie. I'm so glad that it got recognized. And yeah, so those are all the big wins. Anything I didn't mention is just stuff that I haven't seen, so I don't feel like I can't say much about it, I guess we'll say. We survived another Oscars, another award season, and yeah, the year has just started, and I'm really excited to see what movies we're gonna get and what the coming Oscars will have to offer. So, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later this week with my wrap up. Bye!